might just have one of the best album rollouts of 2025. Let me explain. The majority of Americans were celebrating the 4th of July, you know, having fun, setting off fireworks, putting a hole in the ozone layer. Drake started up a live stream on YouTube and he gave this message right here. But if you know Drake, he does his rollout strategically, and if you remember, he made this post back in March titled Iceman, so we were in store for something. And after a couple seconds, we cut to a shot of a warehouse with the name Iceman right there. So we can assume that this is a ice warehouse, and that's confirmed once it cuts to this next scene where you see a block of ice being cut right here. And a lot of you may be thinking, when are we gonna get to the actual album rollout? This is the album rollout. See, a lot of these pointless shots go on for a while. We even get shots of a coat hanger, more ice. And there was even a point in time where Drake popped in and measured out some ice, but mind you, no music, no dialogue, no nothing. But this is where the rabbit hole begins. So I have this theory, right? Hear me out. And it involves a little person known as Frank Ocean. See, back in 2016, while going through label issues with Def Jam, Frank Ocean dropped a project known as Endless. And this project consisted of a live stream that was honestly pointless. When I say pointless, I mean this man literally just built a staircase the whole live stream with the music playing in the background. But being that it's Frank, we all knew that this was some type of undercover way of doing something. It turns out it was him finessing Def Jam. Damn. Oh, just wait. This connection gets a little bit deeper. If you guys didn't know, Drake is a big Frank Ocean fan. He inspired a lot of his R&B music. Drake was also one of the first people to rock Frank Ocean's jewelry brand. He also sampled Frank Ocean's Wise Man in his song Virginia Beach. But it wasn't until I found this that I realized this all really might be connected. See, back in 2021, Frank Ocean released an interview with a guy known as Wim Hof, aka the Iceman. So within this interview, Frank Ocean doesn't talk too much, but this part did interest me. Hoffman mentioned something about selves having an inner world and an outer world, and that if the outer world isn't protected, then the inner world is compromised. And all in all, at the end of the day, that means stress. Now, if you think about it, this kind of relates to Drake's situation. Hear me out. Now, if you guys remember back when the beef was at its highest point, a lot of the world was not liking Drake, and that ended up affecting his inner circle too, where people were saying that Noah 40 was the person telling Kendrick everything about Drake. Don't know if that's true, but that's how it kind of ties to the situation now. And like the Iceman himself said, it leads to stress. Drake is stressing. Facts. So we hop back into the live stream, and then we get a music video for the song What Did I Miss? Now, this was an interesting song. I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but after this, where I met with a scene of Drake driving around in what seems to be a truck through Toronto. See, Drake is just driving around, you know, listening to music, saying hi to his fans, even getting heckled at some point in time. But one of the people in my chat mentioned something that really stood out to me. Shout out to Mariah, one of the biggest Weeknd fans I know, thank you. She had mentioned that one of the locations that Drake stopped to show on the billboards was very peculiar. Because a viral spot where an old video of The Weeknd had been taken, it's also where he promoted his album. Now, knowing Drake, who knows if this was a shot at The Weeknd or if this is just a popular spot in Toronto that people ride through, but it was an interesting case. There's actually more to the video to be talked about and discovered, such as this URL link right here that no one knows what it connects to. I can't even tell what that is, but trust me, I'm gonna find out. If you enjoyed this video and look forward to a part 2, don't forget to follow.